I'm going to have you go ahead and lay down on your back. Just make sure that your strap is close by or a theraband. And I want to thank you so much for being with me tonight, practicing with me injuries. So I'd like you to go ahead and lay all the way down onto your back. And you can stretch your legs out across the mat and go ahead and rest your hands right on your belly and just slide the shoulder blades down. Take a deep breath in through the nose and let the belly fill up, and you can notice your hands rise. As you exhale through the nose, push all the air out. So deep inhale, complete inhalation. And now long, slow exhalation. Deep breath into the belly, into the diaphragm. And hold, exhale out long and slow. And just one more time, deep breath into the belly. And hold, exhale out slowly. Then go ahead and take a little movement in the fingers and the toes. And let's slide our legs right across the mat. And we'll just take the arms, reach them over the top of your head, and just start to wiggle your toes and your fingers, just extending through the spine, pulling the belly in. Take one more full, big, deep breath. And let's go ahead and hug your right knee into your chest and just draw the knee in towards the rib cage. And see if we can relax that low back a little bit more. Take a nice ankle rotation with a big deep breath. As you exhale, let's go ahead and reverse that ankle rotation. Get rid of any of those little cracks or kinks that you might be hearing or feeling. And then go ahead and pause. Take your hand, one hand or both hands on your right knee, and just take that knee and start to circle that knee around. Now we'll try to keep the hip from rocking because we want all this motion, this movement, circular movement, to happen from the ball socket joint of your hip. Now you're going to pause and go ahead and reverse. Very good. Do one more circle. And now hug that knee in, lubricating the hip joint. So we're going to reach the arms back over the head, stretch the leg long, again wiggle your toes and fingers, just kind of connecting to the extremities. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let's draw the left knee now into your chest and hug it in. And start to notice any sensations, any feelings of tightness. Begin to move back into your breathing, that breath. And start to relax the low back into the floor. And let's do a little ankle rotation, just nice circular motion. And now we're going to reverse. And now you're going to pause, take the left knee on the left hand on the left knee, and go ahead and circle around. And I'm keeping my right hand on my hip, just to remind my hip, my pelvis, not to rock side to side. We want all this lubrication in the hip joint. And this is a really interesting healing process. It's really a therapy, right? And you're going to pause and hold, and let's reverse that circle. Take one more big deep breath and one more circle. Hug that knee back in. Relax the low back into the floor. And now we're going to release that leg, reach the arms back overhead. And now we just want to move. So we just want to get a little circulation going out on the whole body. So you're going to hug the right knee in. Just really stretch it out. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And now exhale, left knee into chest. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Good. Exhale, right knee in. Reach the arms overhead, pull that belly in, and now hug the opposite knee in. And we'll do it a couple more times. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, hug that right knee in, and reach the arms overhead. Left knee comes into chest. Very good. Now hold the left knee in. Let's take the right knee back in. Draw your knees and your inner thighs together. These can be hugged in. Let's do a little full wind pose, Apanasana, just hugging the knees. And we can do a little hug and release, a little hug and release. And just start to notice, maybe the weight of the body will come into the mid-back, and then the drop of the tailbone as you release. Just kind of rolling through that sacrum. Now bring your hands on top of the knees and let's go ahead and circle both knees around. This should feel great. You're making this circular motion with your low back, from hip to tailbone to opposite hip and mid-back. We'll do one more full circle. Then you bring the knees in and we reverse. Take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale out, hug the knees back into your chest. Very nice. Bring your feet down to the mat. And what we'll do is we'll take our strap and let's go ahead and stretch out those legs a little bit. We're going to take the strap around the right foot and press the right heel up towards the ceiling. And it may feel a little tight, right? We may feel some tightness through the back of the knee or the back of the hamstring. But what we'll want to do is let's warm up this leg a little bit. So slide your hands down the strap or the band a little bit. And then drop the heel down. You're going to tap the floor. Walk your hands up and hold. And then tap the heel. Walk it up and stretch. And you just kind of go at your own pace. You tap the heel, swing it back up, stretch at the top. Good, here's 3 and 2. And here's our last one. Now you're gonna bring the leg all the way up and hold and keep the foot flexed. We'll do a nice little circle and we'll get a little bit more into that hip joint. So you're going to bring your foot across and let's circle it around. And again, the same thing. We want to keep the belly firm and we want to keep the hips from moving side to side. Just get a nice smooth circle. Make sure you're using your breath. Big deep inhale, and then you exhale around. And one more. We're going to pause over the hip. And we'll go ahead and reverse that circle. Good, last 3. And on this last one, we're just going to pause. We're going to walk our hands up. Now I'd like to do a little twist. So you're going to send your opposite leg out across the mat. Hold the strap with your left hand. And let's come up and over into a nice twist. Reach the right arm across the floor. Good, relax and soften those shoulders down. The most important part actually is getting this right shoulder to anchor down into the mat. So you're gonna feel this stretch, this awesome stretch across your hip. But it doesn't matter how far the leg goes or how close it gets to the floor. It's really about this stretch and our shoulder. So let's take 3 more breaths. One more big deep breath. And as you exhale out, we're gonna roll onto our back. Take that right ankle above the left knee. Let's take the strap and just put it off to the side for a moment, and we'll do our upside down 4 here. Stretching through the hip, the gluteus, and that piriformis. Let's take at least 5 deep breaths. Very good. One more cleansing breath. And we'll release both feet down to the mat. Let's go ahead and bring your left knee into the chest. Take your strap around that left foot. And now we're going to kick that leg up towards the ceiling. And just relaxing the shoulders down, softening through the face. Flex your foot. And just kind of notice my left side is really tight. So, sometimes that's just going to be the way it is. You might find more tightness on the right or the left. Sometimes it might be you might feel it in the calf and not in the hamstring. It just depends. Whatever you've been doing will really affect how the body is feeling. And so we're going to do those leg swings. We're going to warm up the leg. So we tap the heel down and swing it back up. And now here's 5. Good, 4. Here's 3. Little stretch at the top. Here's 2. And our last one. Now you're going to walk your hands up and hold. And we'll come into a nice little leg circle. So bring the foot across and let's circle it around. Just kind of a medium-sized circle. Make it nice and smooth. And if we keep the hips still, we're actually working a little core here. Lots of control. And just one more circle. And now you're going to pause. Let's go ahead and reverse. Good. Here's 4 and 3. It's 2 and last one. Now you're going to hold the foot over the hip. Just walk the hands up the strap a little bit, keeping the foot flexed, getting a nice calf stretch. Now we're going to send this right leg across our mat. Now if your back is feeling tight, you're just welcome to keep that right foot on the floor. You're gonna decide. And we're gonna hold the strap with our right hand, take that leg slowly up and over and into a really nice stretch. Reach the left arm across the floor. Close your eyes. And just move right into the rise and fall of the belly. Deep inhale, slow exhale. Now slowly roll onto your back, bend your knee, and come into your upside down 4. We'll take the strap off to the side, and we'll roll this right knee up, maybe holding around the hamstring or around the crease under the knee, whatever feels the most comfortable to you. This is an amazing stretch, very therapeutic. So we want to hold on to the stretch for at least 3 or even 5 full breaths. Good, take one more inhalation. And now as you exhale, let's go ahead and hug both knees into the chest. And gently rock side to side. Let's roll through that low back. Getting that circulation sometimes in the low back is really important. Even rocking a little bit to the outside of the hip. Good job. And we'll roll all the way towards me. And we'll use our hand to push up. So let's come into a seated position. We can do some really nice things for our hips in a seated position. I'm going to take my blanket and sit on it to elevate the hips. So we're going to stretch both legs out, flexing the feet. Now if the hamstrings are still feeling a little tight, it's not a big deal. We're going to bend the knees a little bit. So your choice, bend the knees, or you can even have the feet on the mat. We're just going to do a little upper body. So just take a couple of shoulder rolls here. Up towards the neck and exhale. So up towards the ears, push back and down. Good, up, back, and down. Going one more time. Up, back, and down. Good. Let's go back, up, and forward. Back, up, and forward. Just 2 more times. Back, up, and forward. And last time. Nice. And then bringing the fingertips out to the side. Inhale, circle the right arm up. Bend the left elbow. And just pause here. Now when you're here, you want to just drop that right hip down. Take another full breath and then come all the way up. Let's go ahead and take the left arm next to your ear. Walk the fingertips out, bending that elbow a little bit and reach and just really open that rib cage and feel that stretch as you press down through the left hip. Take another full breath. And now come all the way back up. So side to side, reaching up and coming back down. Good. And it's like you're just creating a rainbow here with your fingertips. So big, wide stretch up and over. Big deep breath as you come up. Exhale as you come down. And we'll do 2 more. Very nice. And now we'll go ahead and hold right here. You're going to slide your right heel up. Bring the heel up towards your sit bone and sit real tall. Keep your left foot flexed. And so we're moving into the gluteus and the hip a little bit. So we're going to take that left arm. You're going to reach it behind you. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, wrap that arm all the way around and come into your twist. So inhale, elongate through that spine. Exhale and rotate. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And one more time. Deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. And we'll take one more cleansing breath. And as you exhale out, slowly unwind. And let's slide that heel out. Now let's go ahead and take the left heel in towards your hip. Stay really tall. So lengthen up through your spine. Keep your right foot flexed so it's active. And we'll take that right arm. You're gonna reach it behind you. We take an inhale, and as you exhale, draw the navel in, wrap the arm around the outer thigh, and come into a really nice twist. So look behind you, take 3 more breaths. Then slowly unwind. Very good. And now take that left foot out. Now we're going to take the legs into a little bit of a V. You're going to sit up tall, and we're going to take our fingertips right here. And I don't go into this really, especially for your back. I want you to keep the back long and straight and just a little bit of a forward lean. Now, most of you know whether or not your back can do a forward fold. So I want you to be cautious, all right? So stay on your fingertips, inhale and lengthen up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, walk the fingertips out just a little bit. And we're gonna see, I'm still cupping my hands, still my fingertips are on the floor. You can tuck the chin down just a little bit. It's really about stretching the inner thigh and the back of the legs. Now walk your hands back up. Let's take your left heel into your hip, your inner thigh, and just take that opposite leg out. We're just going to slide the hand down the leg and just take a little stretch here. Take the arm up and over, taking that little bit more of a side bend. So you can grab the foot or the ankle, or you can take your middle finger, index finger around the big toe, taking 3 more breaths. Very good. Come all the way up. And now take this foot in front of the left. So we're going to add a little back bend just to complement our forward fold. Take your fingertips behind your back. Draw your shoulder blades together. As you inhale, lift the chest and the heart and send your gaze slightly up. Now take all your air, all your breath into the lower lobes of the lungs, really feeling the expansion of the rib cage. Breathing in and out through the nose. Take 1 more full breath. And now you're going to walk your hands back up towards your hips. And let's just take the opposite leg out. Draw the heel in towards your body. Flex your left foot. And now slide the hand slowly down, maybe holding on to the ankle. This side, again, might be a little different. Maybe to the outer edge of the foot. Maybe to the big toe, middle finger, index finger. Now you're going to take the opposite arm, just sweep it up over the ear. Keep both hips grounded. Take 3 more breaths. Very good. And now slowly come all the way back up. Let's take that opposite foot in front. And in fact, what we'll do is we'll come into bound ankle pose. So bottom of the feet together. And you're going to hold on to your toes. And we're going to lift the chest again, but slowly see if you can draw the knees down. Pull the belly in and up. So supporting our low back. And here we are getting through the inner thighs, the pelvis. You're going to inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, you can come into a slight forward fold. Just stay here for 3 more breaths. Very good. One more inhalation. And as you exhale, go ahead and come all the way up. Let's go ahead and take your knees and bring them together. We'll come onto our knees. And we'll either use your blanket for under the knees for our kneeling poses. The first one will be a little bit of a flow, what we call a flow, because we're going to move with the breath. So it's going to be cat, cow, and child's pose. So get your wrist underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers really wide, and the knees are directly under your hips. So take an inhale. As you exhale, round the back into our cat stretch. Tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, roll through the spine, lifting your tail and your heart. And as you exhale, push into your hands and come into child's pose. Now we won't stay here for just a breath. To make this a flow, we want to move. So you're going to inhale here. As you exhale, come up rounding. Inhale into your cow. Exhale, push through your hands and come into child's pose. So hips back to your heels. Forehead comes down. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, round up into cat. Inhale into your cow. Exhale, pushing back into child's pose. Just one more time. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, round to cat. Inhale into your cow. Exhale, pushing back into child's pose.
And just pause here, taking at least 3 deep breaths. So full deep inhale and a long slow exhale. Very good. Deep breath in and long slow exhale out. One more cleansing breath. And as you exhale out, we're going to take our hands and bring them into prayer position. So hands to prayer, and your elbows are resting to the floor. Forehead comes down. And then you walk your elbows out. You bring your prayer hands over the top of your head. So actually over the neck. And you want to draw the elbows close to the face so you can feel the stretch into your triceps. Stay with your breath. Then release your hands down. Let's come back into our table position. Side. Go ahead and grab the back of the legs and roll all the way down to your back. So bring your feet as wide as your mat, and your arms can be in a T shape or cactus arms. Draw the chin down, and now windshield wiper your legs side to side. Remember, you're going to go at your own tempo, your own speed here on the windshield wipers. So you can linger and pause and hold the twist, come up to center, and maybe linger and hold to the other side. Just kind of notice that you're rolling through the whole foot. So you're going to the instep and the outer edge of the foot, and then rolling to the other side, going to the opposite instep, outer edge. Good. And just do a few more. Good. And then we're going to hold. So let's go ahead and hold over to the right side. And take the right foot on the outside of your left thigh, on that left IT band. So this is sort of assisting the outer hip stretch. Just take a couple of breaths. Go ahead and slide that foot off. And now drop the knees to the other side, taking the left foot on the outside of the right thigh. Very good. One more full breath in. Slide that foot off. And now send your legs across the mat, bringing both hands onto your belly. Let the feet and knees roll open. Allow your breath to fill the belly with air. And when you exhale out, notice the belly draw in and pushing all that stale air out. And just taking this moment to be present here with your breath, feeling the whole body resting on the floor, feeling the weight of your whole body. And we'll just take one more cleansing breath. Let's move through the toes, make small movements through the fingers. And let's slowly draw one knee at a time into your chest. Give yourself one more big hug because you did an awesome job, amazing job practicing today. So roll to your right hip and shoulder into that embryo position. Good. Take another cleansing breath. And now push up into an easy cross-legged position. Bringing your hands to your heart and bowing your chin, honoring yourself and honoring your practice today. The light in me salutes that light in you. And together we say, Namaste. Thank you so much. You guys are so amazing. Thank you for showing up. Makes my heart happy